26 मई का दिन है। साल 2014 में आज के ही दिन पहली बार मैंने प्रधानमंत्री के तौर पर शपथ ली थी। आपके इस आशीर्वाद की शक्ति से मैं दिन रात देशवासियों की सेवा में जुटा रहा। आतंकवादियों ने जो कुछ किया, क्या भारत चुप बैठ सकता है? क्या मोदी चुप बैठ सकता है? जब कोई हमारी बहनों के सिंदूर को मिटाएगा तो उसका भी मिटना तय हो जाता है। पाकिस्तान के नागरिकों, खास करके वहां के बच्चे, ये मोदी की बात कान खोल करके सुन लो। ये आपकी सरकार और आपकी सेना आतंकवाद को समर्थन दे रही है। सुख चैन की जिंदगी जियो, रोटी खाओ, वरना मेरी गोली तो है ही। आपने मुझे प्रधान सेवक की जिम्मेदारी दी।
Ladies and gentlemen, let's rewind and take you back to 26th of May 2014, the first time Narendra Modi took oath as the Prime Minister of India. Modi was the face which catapulted BJP's vote share from 18% to 31% for the first time in history. BJP became a party that came to power with an absolute majority after 3 decades of coalition governments. He crushed Congress's 10-year stint and reduced its vote share from 28% to 19%. This was just the beginning of brand Modi, which has powered Badhta Bharat for the last 11 years. Today, exactly 11 years since he took oath as the Prime Minister, Modi returned to his Karm Bhumi, Gujarat, for the Pradhan Sevak. It all came full circle from Vishwas to Vikas. After making our front lines formidable, Modi gifted infra projects close to rupees 80,000 crores to Gujarat. While Bharat has Vishwas on Modi, the Vipaksh clearly doesn't. Congress's Jairam Ramesh lashed out, saying the undeclared emergency turns 11 today. Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge said that big promises turned into hollow claims. Achhe Din Wow is turning into a nightmare. In fact, Pramod Tiwari of the Congress party went to the extent of saying that only Rahul Gandhi has the guts to go to the border, not Prime Minister Modi. Watch how Bharat blesses Modi, but the India alliance sulks.
कि उनको जनादेश देश के भविष्य को संवारने का दिया गया, लेकिन वो भूतकाल से नहीं निकल पाते। वो वायदों पे तो रहते नहीं। बहन जी, आपको पता है बीजेपी जो वायदे करती है वो एक इलेक्शन के लिए वोट लेने करती है, लेकिन अगले इलेक्शन तक वो नए वायदे करती है।
प्रधानमंत्री जी सुबह से शाम तक जितने काम करते हैं वो सिर्फ राजनीति होती है, चुनाव होता है। युद्ध विराम की सीमा पर जो घायल हुए हैं भारतीयों को, उनको देखने की हिम्मत तो अगर किसी में है तो सिर्फ राहुल गांधी में।
सिंदूर ऑपरेशन में ये बात स्पष्ट हो गई कि भारत के साथ कौन ताकतवर महत्वपूर्ण देश खड़े हैं। जिस तरीके से अदने से आतंकवाद को पनागाह बनाने वाले पाकिस्तान के साथ तमाम सारे देश मुखर होकर खड़े हुए, उनके साथ टेक्नोलॉजी शेयर की, और मोदी जी के साथ कुछ भी ऐसी बातें नहीं आई। उलट अमेरिका ने लाल आंखें दिखाई।
प्राइम मिनिस्टर has made tall claims, but on the ground, disaster. That is what country is witnessing today.
So is the opposition correct in saying that the Prime Minister has ushered gloom and doom into the country instead of Achhe Din? Let's take a look at these facts, which do the talking on Newshour Fact Check. Powered by Modinomics, the Indian economy has become the 4th largest economy in the world, overtaking Japan just last week. The defense budget for Mazboot Bharat has increased by 2.5 times from rupees 2.5 lakh crores to over 6 lakh crores. Made in India defense exports under UPA were merely 4,300 crores in their 10 years, which is now over 88,000 crores in the Modi 11 years. From 74 airports in 2014, we now have 159 airports across the country. While Operation Sindoor crushed Pakistan-based terror, Operation Black Forest wiped out most of the red terror that has been the bane of this nation. Ayushman Bharat Yojana in healthcare, the Prime Minister Kisan Yojana in agriculture, and the Atmanirbhar Bharat, which propelled domestic manufacturing to new heights, have all boosted welfare and development. While Ujjwala Yojana lit up our villages, Lakpati Didi programs lit up the future of women entrepreneurs. But the opposition still frowns. Watch how Rahul Gandhi lobbed a cryptic JJ jibe, mocking India's foreign policy after Operation Sindoor, and then refused to clarify. But he gets a fact check by his own. On the other hand, Vivek Tankha credits Trump as the peacemaker who stopped a senseless genocide. Making matters worse, Congress's Alka Lamba raked up ghosts of Operation Blue Star. Operation Sindoor is forgotten and renamed Operation Blue Star. Watch the Indian National Confused Party.
So what is this? What is this JJ? So what is this JJ? Don't waste my time. So what is this? What is this JJ? So what is this JJ? Don't waste my time.
We were received very, very graciously. We have received with an open heart and open mind. We were very encouraged that there was spontaneous support for India's position on terrorism, that there is a complete consensus here against any form of terrorism.
एक सर्वदलीय बैठक बुलाइए और उसकी अध्यक्षता आप करिए। हम मांग करते हैं कि ये समय की मांग है, जरूरत है कि संसद के दोनों सत्रों को शीघ्र बुलाकर ऑपरेशन ब्लू स्टार पर पूरी व्यापक देश को जानकारी सरकार के द्वारा दी जाए।
Just for some contrast, the left Sarkar of Kerala shunned simplicity to glorify Chief Minister Vijayan with a sycophantic film, Pinari, the Legend. Congress's Chief Minister Siddaramaiah celebrated 2 years of governance with a red carpet while his state was drowning in rainwater. After backlash, he was forced to remove the red carpet. And finally, after 11 years as Prime Minister Modi went back to his Karmbhumi with a gift of Vikas and Vishwas. Spot the difference? Well, ladies and gentlemen, the Motorola legitimate question we are asking on the news hour tonight. Bharat is with Modi, but not the India bloc? That's the question, and that's the debate on the other side.
You're watching the News Hour at 9. Debate number 1 on Times Now. Super Prime Time.
Joining the debate tonight, Shehzad Poonawalla, national spokesperson of the BJP in the studio tonight. Also joining me, Dr. Anand Ranganathan, Advocate Anmol Panwar, national spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party. Ghanshyam Tiwari, national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. Vivek Srivastava, political analyst, supports the left parties. But my first question goes to Sanjay Jha, author and Congress leader. And Sanjay Jha, really? Undeclared emergency? We have you almost thrice or 4 times a week on the channel. You speak as much as Ghanshyam Tiwari is free to speak, as much as the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson is free to speak, or Vivek Srivastava. Yet, undeclared emergency, remembering and missing emergency so much, Sanjay Jha, the Congress Party?
Navika, the very fact that in your introduction, you have to mention that myself or Ghanshyam or the spokesperson, Mr. Pawar Sahib from Aam Aadmi Party, or my friend Vivek, that we speak and we are critical of Mr. Modi's government. And we should feel fortunate that Mr. Modi's government hasn't started harassing us and filing defamation suits. That itself is an epitomizes, or rather is a manifestation of the crisis that India faces. Let me try and answer you very, very quickly. I think I'll be charitable in calling Mr. Modi's government a hybrid democracy. It's a democracy in name, nothing beyond it at all. And I will give you examples not which are politically prejudiced, but linked to the Supreme Court. And just hear me out, it will take roughly 30 seconds. When the Chandigarh mayoral scam happened, where votes were being fudged in broad daylight, the Supreme Court said, this is a murder of democracy. Number two, electoral bonds, election financing, the Supreme Court called it illegal and unconstitutional. Point number three, you have Nishikant Dubey of the BJP, who said that the Chief Justice of India is trying to create a civil war and a religious war. We all know what the Supreme Court told him. Point number four, on the ED, the Supreme Court has said that the ED has crossed all limits and is working against the cooperative federal structure, which is against, the principles of our constitutional jurisprudence. The ED is going against that very foundation. Point number five, on the bulldozer example that happened in Prayagraj, the Supreme Court said this shocks our conscience and forced the government to give a compensation. And my last point, the one that disturbed me and nobody really talked much about it, was an attempt by a very popular godman, a yoga instructor, who brought in something called a Sharbat Jihad. I mean, I grew up as a young kid. I'm sure, Navika, you and I'm assuming very similar in our generation. We grew up on Ruh Afza. And here is a man who's a big supporter of the right wing, who brought in a concept of Sharbat Jihad. And I'm not even going to get into lynching, murders, the brutality with which mobs have been unleashed on the minorities, the attacks on the Dalits and the tribals. Most importantly, I believe, the destruction of institutions in this country, the ED, the CBI, the income tax, the whole washing machine narrative that a lot of people think is funny, but actually tells you how the BJP has corrupted and corroded India's governance structure. Mr. Modi can say what he likes, but the truth is we have had an undeclared emergency for 132 months, and it is counting. India faces a social, economic and democratic recession.
Well, that was the longest 30 seconds. And touche, because at least you didn't get to my age and yours. You just stuck to the generation. So appreciate that, Sanjay Jha. But to the 5 examples that you cited, let me give you 5 examples that go the other way. The ED case where you wanted, the entire opposition wanted the ED's wings to be clipped. Well, you came out a cropper. The Supreme Court did not allow that. Hindenburg report, you were sent back marching. The Supreme Court gave you the marching orders. The government won the case. EVMs, you have questioned, I think the last count, about 3,560 times that you have taken the EVM issue to courts. Every time you've come back, being told that EVMs are fair, go with it. We are not changing the system. Chaukidar Chor hai of the Rafale fame. Well, you had to come out, with nothing in that charge. And then let me also add to this list the case of the Article 370 abrogation, where the Supreme Court chucked you out. Now, if all of these are also true, then Shehzad Poonawalla, who wins, who loses? How is it an emergency or not an emergency? Please explain.
Sanjay Jha has used the word hybrid democracy for our current state of democracy. Let me show you what is thoroughbred democracy. Hashimpura, Meerut, Maliana, Bhagalpur, Delhi riots where thousands of minorities got chopped off. This is thoroughbred democracy. Today we will be celebrating very soon 50 years of Samvidhan Hatya Divas, because June 25th, Ghanshyam Tiwariji's party leader Mulayam Singh Yadav was also sent to jail. Laluji was also sent to jail. The constitution was trampled upon. Thoroughbred democracy. Borrowing from Anand Ranganathan's points, the first amendment was brought by Chacha Nehru. Thoroughbred democracy, because freedom of speech was silenced. Jailed Majru Sultanpuri for criticizing Nehru. Thoroughbred democracy. Censored media in 1975, put the entire opposition in jail. jail, stopped movies and songs of Kishore Kumar, thoroughbred democracy. Wanted committed judiciary, thoroughbred democracy. Got 2 anti-media bills passed under Rajiv Gandhi's leadership, thoroughbred democracy. Slapped sedition cases on thousands of people in Kudankulam, thoroughbred democracy. 66A of the IT Act, thoroughbred democracy. Boycotted 14 journalists including yours truly, Navika, from the same generation, thoroughbred democracy hai bhai. Or arrested all the YouTubers and influencers in Karnataka because they criticized Khadge ji or some other random leader. That is thoroughbred democracy. Meaning Sanjay Jha preaching us emergency. He is himself the product of emergency mindset of Congress, that today till date he is suspended. इमरजेंसी का प्रभाव ज्यादा दूर नहीं देखना है, सिर्फ संजय झा को देखना है. ही इज प्रोडक्ट ऑफ कांग्रेस इमरजेंसी माइंडसेट. बट छोड़ देते हैं इस विषय पे. आई वांट टू कम टू व्हाट इज देयर टुडे. टुडे देयर इज अ न्यू नॉर्मल आफ्टर 11 इयर्स इन द गवर्नेंस मॉडल एंड आई विल कॉल इट राम लल्ला. और जो सेकुलरिस्ट है उनके कान से धुआं निकले उससे पहले लेट मी एक्सप्लेन व्हाट इज राम लल्ला. राम लल्ला मींस आर फॉर राष्ट्रीय सुरक्षा. 85% ड्रॉप इन द नक्सलिज्म. वी हैव सीन अ न्यू नॉर्मल इन प्लेस थ्रू ऑपरेशन सिंदूर. MFN status is now replaced by MTJ, मुंह तोड़ जवाब status. A for अर्थव्यवस्था, 11th spot to now 5th spot. 4th spot actually we've overtaken Japan. Fragile 5 economy to fastest 5 economy. Today we have public sector banks which are in 1 lakh crore of profit. M for major reforms. GST done, Mahila Arakshan done, Women in Permanent Commission done, UCC done, Teen Talaq done, JAM, DBT Trinity. Now 1 rupee is sent, 1 rupee is received. Not 85 paisa which is stolen by a Lutera Panja. 30 lakh crores has been transferred as social welfare. This is the power of major reforms. L for Labharti, 4 crore houses to the poor, 25 crores lifted out of poverty, 10 crore Ujjwala cylinders, 12 crore Nal Se Jal, 13 crore toilets, 50 crore bank accounts, 50 crore Ayushman Bharat cover and double the per capita income. A for attention to infrastructure, 11 lakh crores as capital expenditure, 100 new airports, highways being built at the rate of 3 times, 11 kilometers per day to 37 kilometers per day, 500 new railway stations and 20,000 crore rail budget is now 2 lakh crore rail budget. Last, leadership without lalach, leadership with integrity, which means no corruption, no dynasty, no Tushtikiran, and A for Atmanirbhar Bharat and Atma Samman. That means Ram Mandir done, Somnath done, Kashi corridor done, Ujjain done, and also reclaiming our civilizational heritage. This is the kind of Atmanirbhar Ram Lalla approach that we have had. But जो राम विरोधी है, जो राम का प्रमाण आज भी मांगते हैं, और राष्ट्र सुरक्षा हो या राम जी हो, दोनों के खिलाफ रहते हैं, उनसे ओल्ड नॉर्मल ही एक्सपेक्ट किया जा सकता है.
Let me also get Anmol Panwar. Anmol Panwar, I list out in short the 4 F's. Faith, Ayodhya, Ram Mandir. Also look at finance, which is the growth of the economy, to number 4. Look at the frontiers of this country. That's the 3rd F. Borders more secure, and the answers that are given today are not the answers that have been given after 26/11 or after the 1993 blast or after Operation Blue Star. We've not seen this kind of response. So frontiers, and then the woman, the female Nari Shakti, you know, the kind of importance that has been given to women, especially through Lakpati Didis, through Ujjwala Yojana. There has been, a complete emphasis on that. Does this seem like emergency, or is the Congress finding politics where they should be? If the case is that should highways grow at a faster pace, of course it should. Should more IIMs and IITs be built? Of course they should. Should more trains be built? Of course they should. Should the per capita income go up further? Yes, of course it should. But it can't be your case that there is an emergency, an undeclared emergency in the country.
Good evening, Navika ji. I would request you to give me uninterrupted time. Navika ji, 10 years is a long time to produce some real outcomes on ground, whether it be growth, employment, price rise or inflation. But 11 years of Modi Sarkar have been a decade of propaganda, betrayal and failure. And why I am saying this, let me give you some facts. They promised 2 crore jobs, mila kya? Record unemployment and record paper leaks. They promised to end corruption, kya mila? Electoral bond scam. They promised 15 lakh in every account, kya mila? Dhoka. They promised strong action on terrorism, kya mila? Ceasefire under America's pressure. They promised national security, instead they let China occupy Indian land in Ladakh. They promised to double farmers' income, kya mila? 700 se zyada kisanon ne shahadat di. They introduced 3 black laws. They promised to reduce inflation, क्या मिला? 400 का सिलेंडर 1200 में. They promised education reform, क्या मिला? प्राइवेट स्कूल की बढ़ी हुई फीस और बाउंसर्स खड़े रहते हैं स्कूल के सामने. They promised world class healthcare, क्या मिला? आयुष्मान भारत स्कैम, ऑक्सीजन शॉर्टेजेस एंड डेड बॉडीज फ्लोटिंग इन रिवर्स. They promised to uphold constitution, क्या मिला? खरीद फरोख्त की राजनीति और सरकार को तोड़ना, संविधान की हत्या. They promised women's safety, क्या मिला? They are providing shelters to their own leaders. इनके भाजपा के नेता रेप के मुकदमों में बंद हैं. They promised dignity for soldiers, क्या मिला? Reduced pension and introduction of Agniveer scheme. They promised press freedoms, क्या मिला? आज मीडिया का हाल देख लीजिए आप क्या है, किस तरह से independent voices को दबाया जा रहा है. And they promised development, instead they provided divisive politics. Now coming to your question, you said that India has become world's 4th largest economy. But Navika ji, at the same point, I would give you some facts. The gap between the rich and poor is so high that in terms of per capita income, India is at 124. Our country spends less than 2% of its budget on education. In terms of happiness index, we stand at 125. In terms of hunger index, we are ranked at 108 out of 124 countries. 2.9% of our children die before the age of 5 years. Nearly 82 crore people are being provided ration at free of cost. उन्हें 5 किलो राशन देना पड़ रहा है. ये स्थिति है आज इकोनॉमी की. बुलेट ट्रेन की तो आप बात छोड़ दीजिए, 2022 तक पक्के मकान की बात छोड़ दीजिए.
अनमोल पनवर जी, थोड़ा शीश महल कम बनवाते तो दिल्ली में ही शायद लोगों को बेनिफिट हो जाता. You know, they would have got a little more amenities in Delhi. But all that you have said,
10 seconds.
You are very worried about the media. I mean, Anand Ranganathan, everybody is very worried about the media and its independence. None of them want to see what is happening to the media in Bengal. Nobody wants to see the Congress's boycott of media people. Nobody wants to see the Aam Aadmi Party and the Samajwadi Party's various tippanis on the media. पर बीजेपी गलत कर रहा है, ये सबको दिख रहा है.
Wasn't a journalist arrested from Punjab? Have you forgotten?
Bhavna Kishore, yes.
I mean,
Bhavna Kishore. And you're talking about free media under attack. Well, Anand Ranganathan, please respond to the litany of charges.
No, that's. I think you're wrong there. Good evening, Navika. You're wrong there because these guys. If you could please get the echo corrected kindly.
Yeah.
They are right because they speak truth to power. And only Modi is in power. Mamata is not in power. Kejriwal is not in power. That is arresting journalists. That is arresting cartoonists. Vijayan is not in power. That says you cannot criticize state universities, cannot criticize state government, can criticize central government. So, they believe only Modi is in power and they speak truth to power. So that is the reason why they are saying this. But Behral, that's another day, and I don't want to comment on what previous panelists have said because half of them are lies, including that again. I don't know how many times you'd mentioned this 15 lakh into everyone account is a blatant lie that keeps on getting repeated. Beyond we are gone. No, but I think congratulations to Narendra Modi. Today he completes 11 years. Let me list out 11 of the most spectacular achievements of Narendra Modi to give the entire decade and a bit in perspective. Number one, superseding everything that has happened in the last 11 years is Operation Sindoor. In one stroke, you bring out the new doctrine, you abrogate or put in abeyance the absolutely lopsided Indus-Water Treaty, and you give Pakistan a punch it would never forget. Number two, vaccinating 1 billion Indians twice over within a year. Number three, 100 million LPG Ujjwala gas connections that are saving 150,000 lives every year. Number four, 370 abrogation that has brought equality to people who were deprived of it, especially the weaker sections and the Dalits. Number five, Balakot strike that for the first time in decades called Pakistan's nuclear bluff. Number six, 112 million Swachh Bharat toilets where each new toilet built saves a family, household, 50,000 in health costs. Number seven, 370 million Ayushman Bharat health insurance cards that have slashed out-of-pocket expenditure by almost 27%. Number eight, 50,000 kilometers of highways and so much new infrastructure. Number 9, the CAA Act. Number 10, 110 million tap water connections that have slashed under 5 diarrheal deaths by half. And number 7, Air India privatization. Now, of course, my thing would not be complete if I also were not, in the same breath, mention Narendra Modi's 11 most spectacular failures. Of course, it is subjective. This is my opinion. Number 1, repealing of farm laws. Number 2, continuance of temple control. Number 3, demonetization. Number 4, inaction on Shaheen Bagh, farm protest anarchy. Number 5, not abrogating Places of Worship Act. Number 6, no PSU bank privatization. Number 7, apathetic to Bengal violence and Hindu exodus. And I thank J. Sai Deepak for filing the petitions in 2021 post-Bengal violence. Number 8, buckling on Land Acquisition Act. Number 9, buckling on Nupur. Okay. Number 10, no judicial reforms to talk of. And number 11, continuance of RTE with 93rd Amendment. Having said that, on the whole, India is on a spectacular growth. It's in the right direction, and I congratulate Narendra Modi again.
So let me get in Ghanshyam Tiwari. And Ghanshyam Tiwari, look, I want to read out to you the list of the past. 1975, everybody remembers. 1984, anti-Sikh killings, everybody remembers. But that was not the end to attempt to muzzle free speech. It was through the defamation bill, the postal bill, which had to be withdrawn during the Rajiv Gandhi era. Article 356, how many times was it used? Nearly 100 times by the Congress governments. Also, Shah Bano judgment, how it was completely turned on its head. Trying to introduce the communal violence bill is also something that happened in the UPA government. State control for economy, which did what it did to our economy for several years, nationalization of banks, etc. And yet the Congress wants to use this opportunity to say there is an undeclared emergency. Why?
Good evening, Navika, to you, the viewers and the fellow co-panelists. I am not an expert. A lot of illuminated media has done post-mortem of Nehru, Gandhi, and believe in Kangana's version that India gained independence in 2014. She is a member of parliament of BJP. So I am not going to continue this expertise of post-mortem of what happened until 2014. Let's look at what happened after 2014. None of these, number 10, number 11, these countless lists between Shehzad, you, and Anand Ranganathan said one thing about employment, said one thing about uplifting the Indian education system to a level that the AI era requires, said one thing about enabling the poor to fight this continuous battle of price rise. When they raised the prices of LPG, when they raised the prices of petrol, diesel, when they created the government by crony capitalists. I was not raising hands, signaling anything when Anand was talking. We can all have patience and dignity. As far as coming up with lists of various people who are number 1, number 2, I have a different kind of list. My list says that who are, while in 2014, man of the match is Mr. Modi. In 2015, man of the match is Mr. Modi. 2016, man of the match is Mr. Modi. Mr. Modi is beating Mr. Modi of the previous version. But there are other man of the matches also that have emerged. Gautam Adani is man of the match. His wealth tripled 10 times, I don't know how many times. Nishikant Dubey is a man of the match to call CGI responsible for civil wars. Vijay Shah is man of the match for calling Colonel Sophia sister of terrorists. CBI, ED, EC, IT, they are all men of the matches from that perspective. Ranjan Gogoi is a massive man of the match. And Biren Singh is a man of the match. Ram Rahim is a man of the match. Prajwal Ravanna is a man of the match. Brajbhushan Sharan Singh is a man of the match. The people who gave a lot of money to BJP, 13,000 crores in 10 years, all of them have some victory trophies around them. That's the amount of money that BJP has raised through electoral bonds and outside. Eventually, there's also a lot of man of the matches in the media who the Supreme Court cautioned against hate speech and propagating hate speech. Everyone who in the last 11 years have created an everyday debate on Hindu-Muslim hate in India is a man of the match. So there are a lot of men of the matches in Mr. Modi's victory parade of 11 years. But in that victory parade, the youth is missing. Those who want education is missing. Those who want a country of harmony is missing. Those who want a media that will speak truth, that will not create hate through everyday Hindu-Muslim debates is missing. And the institutions that are pillar of our democracy are missing.
Well, on the media part, if I'm allowed to say this, everybody is so worried about the media. One question asked to Rahul Gandhi and he said, don't waste my time. Question asked on what he had said, which was missed by many. JJ, he said to the foreign minister, to which he said, don't waste my time. His party boycotts the media, which it doesn't like. That's not a problem. But then different strokes for different folks.
You know, Navika, just because you have a degree from abroad doesn't necessarily mean that you have the intelligence that goes along with that degree. And I'm saying it personally for anybody. Because when you talk about the number of houses built, the number of tap connections given, the number of highways built, who do you think is coming and building these? People from Italy or people from Rome? Or from some other country, Vatican, I don't know. These are Indians who are building it. But still, if you want the data, here's the data. EPFO data says that there were 11 crore subscriptions at 2014. Today, it's 27 crores. RBI and SBI data both show that in the last 10 years, 11 years, every year, 1.5 crore jobs have been added. You can also see the number of jobs that have been created because there were 400 startups during Arthashastri's time. And today, under Prime Minister Narendra Modi, there are 1 lakh startups. There were 4 unicorns. There are 125 unicorns today. So perhaps you can do the math. But having said that, let me make it easier. Price rise, 10% to 12% average inflation rate during the UPA tenure for 10 years. Today, what is the last data that has come in of CPI inflation for the month of April, you know? 3.16%. Even at a time when we had 2 global challenges, COVID and Ukraine-Russia war, we have been able to maintain an inflation rate of 4 to 5%, 5.5% at max. Today, the public sector banks are in profit. When was the last time our public sector banks were in profit? Nahi batana hai. Today, LIC and SBI are the most valuable companies. When was the last time they registered a quarterly profit? Nahi batana hai. Adani is the man of the match. Yes, of course, you must ask Vivek Srivastava because his chief minister has said that Adani is our partner in Vizhinjam Port. No, that time Adani is not man of the match. That time Adani is the villain of the match. When he is doing project in Kerala, वो villain है क्या? तेलंगाना में देते हैं वो जब MOU तब वो villain है. हमारे साथ मैन ऑफ द मैच हो जाते हैं. अच्छा, और बोल कौन रहा है? सहारा श्री के साथ जो अलायंस करते थे, अनिल अंबानी के साथ जो घूमते फिरते थे, उनकी पार्टी का गमशन देखिए. दैट अडानी हु इज डूइंग द बिजनेस इन केरला, हु इज डूइंग द बिजनेस इन Punjab, who is doing the business in Chhattisgarh, who is doing the business in Rajasthan during Congress tenure governments is being called out, but then they are the ones with Subrata Roy. And that time they have not said anything anyways. Though दूसरे वाले भी है, AAP और अधिक पाप बोला था, क्या बोला था? They promised Pathshala, they gave Madhushala. They promised no VVIP culture, they gave Sheesh Mahal. They promised that Aam Aadmi Party will be the one which will stand with the people. They are the ones who threw out journalists and arrested journalists from Punjab because she was reporting on Sheesh Mahal. They are preaching to us about media rights. Sahab, this is called hypocrisy in play. In 11 years, one thing has not changed is the hypocrisy of these people. Otherwise, I ask Mr. Vivek Srivastava, Adani Vizhinjam project is galat, cancel it.
And also Vivek Srivastava, while you are answering that one, please also answer. I thought in the left parties, no individual was ever greater than the system. But Pinarayi Vijayan is a living legend. Now, is that not a personality cult? You have a problem with the personality cult of Narendra Modi, not one word on Pinarayi Vijayan?
You can't compare them. Cheek and chalk cannot be compared. Pinarayi Vijayan is cheese and, you know, my Prime Minister is like a chalk right now. 11 साल अंधकार के, 11 साल देश को बर्बाद करने के, देश गलत दिशा में चल चुका है. नहीं दिख रहा तो आंखें बंद कर लीजिए. इफ यू कैलकुलेट कि हमने कितना कर्ज ले रखा है, जरा जाइए और चेक करिए. अभी वापस मांग नहीं रहे, जब एक झटके में मांगेंगे तो फिर जैसे अभी डोनाल्ड ट्रंप की शाबाशी लेके आए हैं, फिर जाके कुछ देश का गिरवी रखाएंगे. दिस इज वेयर द कंट्री इज गोइंग. पैसा आ कहां से रहा है? कहां से जनरेट कर रहे हैं? कर्जों से. 2014 when this prime minister became the prime minister और आज 2025 what is the amount of money that India has to return? Question number 1. Question number 2, हिंदू और मुसलमान आज एक दूसरे के जान के दुश्मन बन रहे हैं. रोज कोई ना कोई इशू, कभी किसी मस्जिद के नीचे, कभी किसी मजार के नीचे, कभी कोई मूर्ति तो कभी कोई मंदिर. दिस इज गोइंग ऑन ओनली इन द लास्ट 10 years. वी नेवर सॉ इट बिफोर. आपका किसी भी पड़ोसी के साथ कोई रिश्ता नहीं है. ना चीन आपका, ना नेपाल, ना भूटान, ना बांग्लादेश, ना पाकिस्तान. Nobody is with you. You had a problem across the border right now, and no country in the world stood for you despite 168 foreign visits of Prime Minister. Where do you stand? बस लेकर के रोज आप प्रिंट मीडिया, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक मीडिया, सोशल मीडिया में अपना भोंपू बजाए जाइए. मैं बड़ा महान प्राइम मिनिस्टर हूं, मैं बड़ा महान प्राइम मिनिस्टर हूं. आप पोलराइज करके इलेक्शन जीत जाते हैं, बट वेयर इज द नेशन गोइंग? ये बहुत सारी वेलफेयर की स्कीमें लिस्ट कर रहे हैं।
और you're worried about neighbors? आप तो हो जाइए इनके साथ। Salman Khurshid is saying one thing, the rest of the Congress is saying something different. आप चाइना के साथ हैं, इंडिया के साथ हो जाइए ना। You are always praising China and Pakistan. Why can't you be an Indian and support Indian? What are you giving lectures to others for?
Yeah. I support India. I don't support Modi, and Modi is not India. बर्बाद किया मेरे देश को।
At the moment he is the prime minister.
We supported him. We supported him.
Mr. Vivek, you have made
We
your point.
supported him.
Mr. Vivek, you have made your point, but at least the facts should be, the facts should not be quoted wrong. Navika, if I may just briefly intervene. Navika, now it's getting into shouting. Let's have a dignified debate. Navika, please allow me a dignified response to this, and it's also.
All right, Vivek.
Thank you.
Response coming.
See, now one has said that no country has stood with India. UK's Priti Patel, Israel, France, Russia, Italy, and recently Germany. All of them have stood with India. But let me explain the foreign policy of Vivek ji. Vivek ji, आप पैलेस्टाइन करते थे, ड्रोन किसका काम है? इजराइल का या पैलेस्टाइन का? अच्छा, आप रशिया के खिलाफ वोट कर दीजिए, यूक्रेन के लिए वोट करिए, ये बोला था कांग्रेस पार्टी ने ऑफिशियली. टुडे द S-400 of Russia has been useful for us. And we have also got the Predator drones from America without being sanctioned for the S-400 system. We have bought oil from Russia, and we are good and friendly with America. Please don't interrupt. Sir, Navika, I request you. Let's have a dignified debate. Navika, please, let's have a dignified debate. I'm finishing my point.
Make your point.
Let me have a dignified.
Hold on.
No.
Navika, today, we are the only country in the world कि हम क्वाड को लीड भी करते हैं और SCO में भी है. हम इजराइल के बेंजामिन नेतन्याहू से भी मिलते हैं और पैलेस्टाइन का हाईएस्ट सिविलियन ऑनर भी पीएम को मिलता है. वी आर द ओनली कंट्री दैट टॉक्स टू पुतिन, एंड वी आल्सो आर एबल टू टॉक टू ज़ेलेंस्की, व्हिच इवन अमेरिका कैन नॉट डू, इवन चाइना कैन नॉट डू. वी आर द ओनली कंट्री व्हिच बाइज S-400, एंड वी आर गेटिंग द प्रेडेटर ड्रोन. दिस इज द फॉरेन पॉलिसी strength.
Everything is not perfect, but we are better today than we are 11 years ago. And Sanjay Jha, you've been raising your hand. Aren't we better off today? What about the so-called emergency when the National Advisory Council was above the Prime Minister's office? Was that normal? Was that not an undeclared emergency at that time? Have you forgotten those facts?
No, Navika, I have not. But let me tell you the elephant in the room that we must discuss today. We went through a catastrophic COVID. And why has it taken the government so many years to admit that 19 lakh more people died in the year that India was hit with the second COVID wave? I want to ask this question of Mr. Modi's government. Can anybody trust you anymore? Even human lives are lost. And the country is not.
Please also ask the state governments who gave no figures for COVID deaths in their own states. And Anand Ranganathan, I love this. The goalposts keep changing. They will never take the blame. The fact is, the national number can only come from the state numbers and aggregation of that. But none of the states ruled by the opposition gave those numbers. Today, only Modi is a liar, but none of them are.
Navika, they contradicted the WHO at that point of time. Why did they do that?
I think Sanjay Jha, India handled the COVID better than any of the developed nations. And really, world over, we have been actually, praised for it. But obviously, aapko to andhakar hi nazar aata hai. You can only see black. Anand Ranganathan, 10 seconds.
That is your opinion. We don't agree.
Navika, I really hope and pray that in the oncoming debates you have a live fact checker, because most of these guys are peddling so many lies. They are coming at a breakneck speed. As you correctly, thankfully, at least you corrected one of them. कि भाई state governments देती हैं. सबसे ज्यादा जो डिस्क्रिपेंसी थी वो वन ऑफ द बिगेस्ट डिस्क्रिपेंसी वाज इन बंगाल, नॉन बीजेपी रूल स्टेट्स. कुछ पता होता नहीं है. जॉब्स क्रिएटेड 47 में कीम्स की रिपोर्ट को भी मना कर दोगे. अब यूपी के टाइम पे सबसे ज्यादा यू आर फ्लोटिंग अराउंड दैट रिपोर्ट. अब वही रिपोर्ट कह रही है इन्फ्लेशन इज एट अ 6 ईयर लो 3.5%. कह रहे हो महंगाई बढ़ रही है. जो आप कह रहे हो एनोनिमस इलेक्टोरल बॉन्ड्स, कांग्रेस ने 1600 करोड़ ली. इतनी लाइज. मेरा तो वो अमिताभ बच्चन की मीम है ना कि सर फट रहा है. मेरा सर फट रहा है. नाविका, हेल्प मी आउट. गिव मी अमृतांजन.
Well, really, lies come cheap, but facts become difficult to explain. And questions that people are asking, opposition's undeclared emergency charge, is that not an insult to India's mandate? That is the question people are asking. We also did a short, we also asked a question on the debate, social media debate, and a majority of the people feel that this is insulting the mandate of the people. That is the question. That is the question. But obviously, everything is negative, everything is bad in India. We must hail United States of America, we must hail China, even Pakistan. But saying anything positive about India? Well, certainly not. That's not allowed. Well, why? I don't know. We'll leave it at that. Thank you very much to all my panelists for joining me on debate number 1.